Hey there, everybody. It is official. We've got version 2.0. It is the first anniversary of the game, and wow, what a glow up. I mean, they've done a lot to the game, but it's still, at its core, it's still just the very simple sort of gacha RPG. Nothing has really changed there. I do plan to do sort of a more extensive first anniversary review of the game. That'll be later on this week. What I want to do in this video is just kind of, talk immediately about the banners, about the rescue signal, and, we'll touch on some of the new stuff that they have added to the game. You'll obviously see the new battle user interface. We'll talk about that a bit, the new type system and all of that. But yeah, and then we have these new EX units, which are the three that you see here in the center of the screen. So yeah, we've got quite a few banners. You see there's like this select ticket up here in the corner up here. We'll talk about that as well. So there is kind of a lot, there's a lot going on here. But yeah, this is not going to be this will not be my official first anniversary review. We're just going to talk about the current events and the current banners here in this video, all right? Because I still want to get a feel for it. I want to make sure I understand everything really well before I do sort of a big review of the first anniversary. All right, first thing I want to touch on is let's look at the banners that we have, all right? So these are our first, what they are referring to as EX units. They had mentioned them in previous news, but nobody really knew what these EX units were going to be. There's a lot of speculation that they were going to be like the new meta units and that they were going to be, super strong or like bring a lot of really cool things. And thankfully, they're not game breaking. They are. The sprites, I'm just going to say right off, the sprites are absolutely gorgeous on these units, by the way. Fantastic sprite work here. But they're not like super over the top strong. Notably, the biggest differences between EX units and normal units is that these EX units have these little tags. You can see that little tag right there. That's the Brave tag. And also EX units, once you reach LB4, so once you have 4 limit breaks on them, they get a second slot on their ability seeds. So those are just two things that sort of set the EX units apart. But otherwise, they're fairly, they're not like a huge power creep. You see the stats on these units. They're pretty much the same as all of our previous units. There's not like a huge jump in the stats on these units. And their abilities, aren't really anything outrageous or outlandish. They're not bringing necessarily anything else new in the form of buffs or anything like that. So, just starting with legendary hero Mickey, he is a yellow striker. You'll notice immediately that his skill is cheaper than most strikers. Normally it starts at 20, his starts at 15, so that might be something that we start to see with these EX units. They might have cheaper skills, which, it is definitely nice to have. It's nice to have a cheaper skill because that means you can use it more often. But at first, at LB0, he's just a yellow striker. His EX skill is really interesting. So sadly, his EX skill doesn't have any damage on it. So as a DPS unit, he's not going to be your primary DPS. But he can be sort of a nice kind of a hybrid support unit, dealing damage while also giving your party a 30% HP shield, which is pretty nice. And it is... it's not that difficult to maintain his EX skill so that you get that HP shield every turn. You do have to have 5 different buff effects, which can be a stretch for some people if you don't have a lot of buffers on the party. And his attack does need to be at level 4 or higher. So that, that means you need to bring basically 2 attack buffers in order to make sure, if you want that on turn 1. Otherwise, you're waiting until turn 2. However, if you do get him to LB1, he brings his own attack buff, his own level 2 attack buff. Now, that still means if you want to have that HP shield on turn 1, that you do need to bring a separate attack buffer, or else you're going to have to wait until turn 2 for that to activate. But yeah, he does bring attack buffs himself, so he can at least satisfy part of his EX requirements all by himself. Now, oh, whoops. You'll notice that he starts at immense damage, but I think that's actually a typo, because once you get him to LB2, it changes to massive. I think they might have accidentally swapped the language on that one. Hopefully they didn't accidentally swap the modifiers. I haven't had anybody be able to test that for me yet to see if they like accidentally swap the damage modifiers. That would be really bad, because then he would actually get weaker at LB2, which would be pretty bad. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's just a wording issue. But all we can say is that his damage does change at LB2. Most likely it increases from a massive modifier to a immense modifier. And also his attack buff then goes up to level 3 when using his skill. So he's he's a solid unit. I'll say he's not a must pull. He's definitely not a must pull unit in my opinion, but he's a really kind of nice unit, I think, to have in the pocket. He works as kind of like a hybrid support unit that also deals damage. If you're going up against yellow weak enemies, he's really solid there. If you're going up against the green enemies, so this is the new type system. So if your unit has the pink fist, that's known as the brave tag, at least in English, that's what they call it. If they're a brave unit, then they will deal higher damage to green units. These are known as charm units. However, they will deal less damage to whiz enemies. Those are the blue hand enemies. So it's interesting. And you see it's a 30% advantage to dealing damage to charm enemies, which of course the current event, the boss is a charm type enemy. But it's disadvantageous, deals 30% less damage to whiz type enemies. That's something I'll cover more in my big review, which will come later on this week. But it is something to definitely consider, because in certain instances he will be dealing better damage than units that don't have that tag. All right. But yeah, all in all, I'd say Legendary Hero, not a bad unit. Sprite is absolutely beautiful. Love the sprite. Really cool looking unit. But if you get them, great. Do you need them? No. In my opinion, I don't think you really need them. I think the real winner here between these new EX units is Legendary Archer. And this is fantastic, because Legendary Archer went from a meme unit. Like his 2-star unit was like such a joke. He was such a meme unit. He was basically useless. Now he is easily the best offensive buffer that we have in the game. He's basically Enchanted Princess Belle on steroids. This guy is really, really good. Again, notice that his stats aren't anything too crazy. They're not doing anything wild with the stats on these units. But he is basically a direct upgrade to OG Belle. So if you have OG Belle and you love using her, you're going to love using Legendary Archer. He effectively replaces her on the party. Now, do keep in mind that he is supplying attack up boost, not attack up. So they want you to synergize him with Mickey, with the legendary Mickey. So Mickey bringing the attack buffs, Archer Donald bringing the attack up boost to the party. And then you notice he also brings some crit chance up for the party. If you get him to LB1, he gets the crit power. So now you have your complete crit buff. You've got your attack up boost, crit chance, crit power. So he is a complete crit buffer. His skill is also 5 SP cheaper than Belle. So it's starting at 15 SP. So he's immediately cheaper than Belle. When you have 5 support effects on him, so 5 buffs, 5 different buffs on him, he will deal heavy damage to all enemies. So that's immediately, that's better than Belle. Belle was just dealing normal damage to all enemies. And you're getting a 10% SP generation. This guy is a solid support unit. I really like him, and I plan on pulling for him. I'm going to actually go ahead and do a pull to pity for him right now with you guys, but I'll finish the review first. Once you get him to LB2, all those buffs go up to level 3. And then, of course, you get some SP reduction at LB3, so that only costs 12 to use. He does, again, he comes with the Brave tag, so he's dealing more damage to charm enemies, less damage to whiz enemies. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, all around a super solid offensive buffer. I'm definitely pulling for him. So with that said, let's go ahead and just do some pulls right here and right now with all of you. I've already done my one a day. I used up my last 200 red crystals doing a one a day on both him and Mickey. I'm not planning on doing a pity pull for Mickey. I'm just going to wait and see if I get him from other, from more dailies. I'll get some more red crystals so I can do some more dailies on these guys. So yeah, that's pretty typical. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're doing the increased rates on medals for bronze and silver units. So your 1-star base and 2-star base. So this is a great opportunity to get some LB levels on those, those lower level units, which some of them can actually, can really make them pretty viable. All right, let's go ahead and do some more. All right, like I said, we're going to pity on these guys. I'm probably going to get totally skunked and have to go all the way to pity, but that is what it is. All right, so far not so good. Come on now, come on. Don't make me go all the way to pity. Give me at least one. Oh God, they're gonna make me go all the way, aren't they? I swear it hears me when I say I really want a unit. It's like, oh, okay, well then, yeah, we're gonna go all the way to pity for it then. Oh my Lord! Come on, just at least give me a gold. Give me a gold. Oh, God, this is horrible. I'm not even getting any golds. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I guess I'm going all the way to pity. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that really hurts. Oh God, not a single gold. All right. Well, they got me. They got me good. They got me good. Oh, man, that really hurts. I hate to see that. But at least I got him. At least I got him. Yep. Okay. Now they do have some other banners. They have this paid banner. And so this is a 3-star guaranteed. So you can do 5 of these, 10 pulls, and you get a 50% chance of getting either legendary Hero Mickey or legendary Donald Duck on the guaranteed 3-star. And then all the rest of the guaranteed ones are basically every other 3-star that's come out in the game. So, nice opportunity to potentially pull some units you've wanted from in the past. Like I said, you can do 50 pulls on that one, but it's paid crystals only. They also have these tickets here that you can get. I can't remember what the mission is for this one. What is the mission for this for these tickets? It's a limited time one that you had to do. Oh yeah, raise the level of one character to 110. So thankfully, if you already have a unit at level 110, you get these tickets right away. You don't have to, unlike which one is it? There's another one. Oh yeah, obtain 1 6-star character. So even if you have a 6-star character, you still have to raise another character to 6-star in order to get this, which I'm actually going to do. Let me go ahead and do that for Donald right now, because I want to pull on that banner as well, because that seasonal banner is up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and rarity up, and I'm going to go ahead and get Donald up to 6-star, just so I go ahead and satisfy that requirement. All right, so there we go. I've got that requirement now. So now I can claim those tickets, because that's another banner that I'd like to do with you guys while we're here. Okay. Oh, what was that one? Oh, just, all right, 5 6-star characters. Cool. All right. All right, so let's go back to the banners now. All right, we're gonna do this tin pull here. So this one, I believe, also has all the units from the past year. Yeah, all the 3-star units from the past year. All the limited units are in this pool. I'm not sure how many more tickets we're gonna get from this, but yeah, we'll probably get more. More of these special tickets for the first anniversary, and it's a good chance to pick up some units that we've had in the past. Although, looking at my luck, I have had 0 luck pulling any golds here, so probably not going to happen. Yep. That's a whole lot of nada. Cool beans, y'all. And so this is what those seasonal tickets. So if you get a unit to 6-star, you get seasonal tickets. This banner will change, apparently. So every month, they're going to change this banner. Right now, it's OG Bell and Beast. And they'll probably change, to other limited units every month or so. And they'll probably give out some more tickets, hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, you can pull on this. So if you wanted either one of these 2 units, you don't have them and you've always wanted them, well, here's your chance to get it. Oh, there's some pixies. Maybe that means there's a gold in here? Nope. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, another bell. Sweet. Now she's LB4. All right. I finally pulled a gold, but yeah. Not when I wanted it, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll take a bell. I'll take another bell. And then we've got the Premier Gotcha. Now, I was hoping they would do something. I was hoping that they would add the old 3-star units to this one, but nothing has changed. And I'm a little disappointed in this one. Nothing has changed with the regular Premier Gotcha. So I don't understand why they had to update the tickets and make the tickets different if they weren't going to actually do anything different with the Premier Gotcha. So as far as I can tell, they haven't done anything different with the Premier Gotcha, which is pretty disappointing. But yeah, so I was saving up my tickets because I was like, well, maybe they did something different, but they didn't do anything different. So let's just go ahead and burn these tickets now, and I'll do these here with you guys. Again, probably not going to get anything, but it is a good opportunity to get some LBs for our older units, for those 1-star and 2-star base units. Man, wow. I am not liking the gold rate right now. It is this hurts. This hurts. All right, I'm not going to do single pulls because right now my luck is just absolutely atrocious. All right. Now, you will see that there is a select ticket. You should have gotten one if you logged in today. You should have one of these select tickets. You'll notice there's also this Premier exclusive ticket. This you can only get from the cash shop, or if you log in for 7 days. I'm going to go back real quick. If you log in for 7 days, you get entered in a contest to potentially win one of these. Where is it? I think it's this one. Is it? No, not the update history. Yeah. Here it is. Oh no, this isn't the one where's the one for the ticket? Where's the thing? There was the one that was about the ticket. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so you can get one of these Premier tickets if you log in for a total of 7 days. You will be entered to win, and they get there will be 20 winners. It's basically just a lottery. So there's a small chance you'll get one, but there's a small chance you can get one for free. And there is a big difference between these two tickets. The Premier exclusive ticket has the legendary Archer Donald and the legendary Hero Mickey in there. So, that's a pretty big difference between the two, because this one does not. So, pretty big difference. Now, if you got one of these, if you logged in, you should have gotten one of these. You can also buy them from the shop. They'll probably give some out you know, they may give more out later on. As you can see, it lasts 188 days. My recommendation is to hold on to these tickets because you may get some of these units just from doing the anniversary pulls, and it lasts for 188 days. So I wouldn't spend this ticket right away. I would wait and see what you get from some of the other banners that you can pull on, and maybe go from there. Now, if there's a unit that you've always wanted and you're like, oh, I have to use it, I've always wanted this unit, don't let me stop you, but my recommendation is to not use it right away. Wait and see what you get from the free pulls, because you know you might end up getting a duplicate that you didn't really want or something like that, right? Okay. So that's about it with all the banners, the new tickets, and everything that's going on. Now let's hop into the rescue signal. Now, the first thing that I'll tell you right away is that you'll notice that the stamina up at the top looks different. That's because it's a different stamina system. So the stamina in the rescue signal events is now separate from your stamina outside of rescue signal events. So you can still use your stamina outside of rescue signal events independently. So you can still use those to farm things like farming picks or pixels or whatever. And then in the rescue signal event, it's completely separate. So you don't have to worry about picking and choosing what you use your stamina on. Other than that, the rescue signal event has not really changed at all. Same thing, you've got your normal map, normal boss, hard map, hard boss. Follows the exact same strategies as always. You go through the normal map first, beat all the normal bosses, make sure you pick up your copy of Goofy along the way. All right, legendary EX Goofy. I'll talk about him in just a minute. He's not a bad free unit at all. And then you want to make sure you pick up the medals for him. So I usually start by just getting Goofy, and then I get the first set of medals from him after beating all the normal stuff. And then I go into the hard shop and I just start grinding out hard shop first. Usually what I'll do is I'll save the normal medals for, like, if I just want to do some mindless auto battling, auto farming. I'll save the normal stages for auto farming to finish up those medals and whatever's in this shop. And then when I'm manually farming, I stick to the hard stuff. All right. Now the normal boss is very, very simple. He's a yellow weak boss, and so you don't have to really worry about that at all. And then with this boss, I'm going to show you how I go in here. I'm actually going to go ahead and even swap out Mickey. I'm going to go ahead and pop in. I'm going to go ahead and pop in my Donald. Oh, I do need to upgrade him, don't I? Let's go ahead and level him up. Okay, great. And I should get him a new ability. Oh, which reminds me, the ability customization is completely different too. While we're in here, let's talk about that. So with Donald, let's see, what would be the best thing to get for Donald? Probably like SP gain to increase his SP generation. That would probably be one of the better things. Let's use a SP charge. Not really. So here's what's really cool. You can now choose to keep the buffs. So if you got like a really good set of buffs down here on the bottom, stat buffs, you can actually change that independently. So you can choose, I don't want the effect, but I do want to keep the buffs or something like that. It's really great. And you can also keep the you can also just redo the roll straight from here. So if you're happy with that, you just hit confirm. Great. Otherwise, you can just redo straight from that screen. So I'll show you. So here I can say, oh, maybe I like this buff better, or but I want to keep the old stat buffs, but I want to keep the new effect, or if I want to keep the old effect and get the new buffs. It's a really cool new system, and I'm glad they did this with the 2.0 upgrade. So I'm going to do a redo. And let's see, I don't really need attack up. I really want, yeah, let's take the new effect, because it's got better defense on it. I'll confirm that. Okay. I don't really need either of those. Let's just redo. Ooh, I do like that. Those are much better stat effects. I don't really need the damage reduction though, so I'll keep the SP charge on skill usage. We'll confirm that one. We'll lock that one in. So that's a really nice set of stats. Now I'm just really focused on the ability, right? Ooh, crit chance up on New Wave. That's actually really good on him because that can help activate... oh no, sorry. That would be better for... Who is it that needs the crit chance up? Oh, I think that's... Is it Mickey that needs the crit chance buff? I can't remember. All right, so no, that's not as good on him. All right, let's just redo. HP regen, don't really need that. Paralyze resist, don't need that. Crit power up, don't need that. These are terrible. No, I want SP gain or something with SP. Nope, heal skill, that's not. SP consumption, that's at least better. I'll take that. Alright, let's see, what else? What else can you give me? No, I don't want defense up. No. 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 Oh man. You could really burn through some seeds this way. As you can see, I'm burning through them right now. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and burn. SP gain up on skill usage. I guess that's. I guess that's. I'd rather it be on his EX skill, but. Yeah, because that only lasts for one turn, which I'm not crazy about because I'm not going to use his skill every turn. All right, yeah, I'm gonna. All right, I'm just gonna do one more. Yeah, okay. Nah, let's just stick with what we've got here. All right, I'm happy with that for now. I don't want to sit here and bore you guys to death on this one. Okay, so let's just pop in here. And I'm just going to show you how I take care of this boss on level 10. So my recommendation is to manual farm level 10 because it gives you 1,000 base points or base coins. Obviously, if you can't do that, or if you just rather auto farm, you should be able to auto farm level like level 7, 8, or 9, just whichever one you can. Whichever one you can farm. The higher, the better, obviously. And starting at 7 is where it gets really good. All right, so here's what I do for these guys. I start by defending to build up some SP. All right, we're going to lock in here. You notice I'm still bringing Bell just because my Archer Donald is only LB0. But yeah, that's fine. You could, I guess I could use, yeah, we could use Archer Donald instead. Yeah, he does have slightly better SP. But I'm not going to get the buffs, am I? Because that only gives him 4 buffs to activate his skill. But I'll get those later. Yeah, no worries. I'll get those later. So I don't have to worry about that quite as much. All right, I'm just going to defend. I'm going to stick with my original plan. Okay. Always focus on that guy to make sure you don't get the attack buffs on your parties. All right, notice all of these bosses have the green charm tag. So that means units like Goofy and Archer Donald, which have the Brave tag, will deal 30% higher damage. Okay, and you notice we have the little cards down here, so this is very different, but it still works the same. You can still tap on them to choose your action, or you can swipe just like before, but you don't swipe on the unit anymore. So swiping on the unit doesn't actually change anything. Okay, you can also see all the buffs down on the bottom as opposed to on the screen. Just kind of cleans up the user interface a little bit. All right, it feels a lot less cluttered on the actual game screen, which I like, because it allows the sprites to look nice. Okay, So here's the thing about Dark Wizard Pete. He is on the first turn. He's going to remove all of your buffs, and he is going to do an SP drain. I think it's like a 50% SP drain or something like that. All right, so you want to try and generate as much SP as you can to start with. And so here's what we are going to do here. So we should have, so it looks like he's got 4 buffs. Archer Donald, he needs a 5th buff. We're going to get that with, let's get that with Goofy. All right, so that he gets his 5th buff. Actually, do we need to do that? No, we want to save that. All right. All right, because he's about to remove all of our buffs. So we need to make sure that we have plenty of SP so that we can re-up our buffs. Okay, so there he just removed all our buffs. He did a 20% defense reduction. We now need to, re-up our buffs. So we're gonna do Bell again. All right, and this will give us all of our attack crit buffs back. Okay, you wanna make sure you get him out of rage mode as soon as possible because he is going to really hurt your party if you don't. All right, now we have the HP regen, so that should activate our Donald. All right, we're just going to attack with all these guys, and yep, I think that should do it. We don't really need that. We'll just attack with Goofy. Okay, and this should. I might also just attack with Donald. All right, because he deals the extra damage. So this should hopefully get us through. Probably finish the boss here. There we go. Nicely done. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, that's level 10 for you. Like I said, you can probably auto level. I think I can auto level 9. Let's see. Let's actually try it. Level 9. Confirm. Oh yeah, and auto has been changed as well, which is awesome because auto now allows you to use all skills. Let me just put Donald in here to make sure I get my coins. So there's now 3 different auto modes: prioritize skills, prioritize attack skills, and normal attacks only. Prioritize skills will use any skill, even healing or buffing skills, and it prioritizes it by slot order. So starting at number 1, right? So starting on the left side from the top, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right. And then the ones on the right are 4 and 5. Okay. So it will prioritize slot order, meaning slot 1 gets the highest priority, 2 second, 3 third. And so that means Belle will actually use her buffs as long as there's enough SP for her to get it. Prioritize attack skills is just like the old auto mode. And so the default is prioritize skills. So if you just pop into here, let's just go into level 9. We're going to auto this one real quick. Always make sure you set your miracle ability to activate and then just hit auto, and it's going to prioritize all skills, assuming there's SP to cast them. So see, Belle cast her buffs, which is awesome. It's like a game changer for auto now. It's just really, really great. All right, and we should be able to auto ourselves out of here. All right, thanks to 2 yellow strikers. Having 2 yellow strikers definitely helps. And there you go. So a 2 or 3 turn auto form. But as you can see, it's a significantly less coins, only 600 coins for that one. But if that's the best you can do, that's the best that you can do. Yeah, nothing really new in the exchange shops. Unfortunately, there's nothing crazy in the exchange shops. Except for the RS stamina potions. So if you're wondering how to get more RS stamina besides just waiting around, you do have to use the new stamina potions in order to actually get, but they hand out tons and tons of these stamina potions. You get them from both of the shops, and you also get them from a lot of the just like the limited time missions. So you'll see a lot of these in the missions that we have. So I think I've probably already picked up quite a few of them. Yeah, I think I got most of them already. They might have some in the limited time ones as well. But anyways, yeah, you get a lot. And so there should be no shortage of rescue signal stamina for this event. I think a lot of people are probably going to be pulling for the EX units. And so you should have no problem farming these out pretty well. But yeah, this is already a pretty long video, so I don't want to waste too much more of your time, guys. I just wanted to get this one out there, show you some of the new banner units, show you the new user interface, and talk a little bit about that. Like I said, I will do a longer, like, first anniversary review, and I plan to do some more, like, sort of helpful like game guides on specific aspects of the game now that we have the first anniversary version 2.0 out there. So be on the lookout for those. Thank you guys so much for following me, and I will see you on the other side.